Hey girls, I wanted to go over some of our Rhyme Magic cards with some of the new sound patterns. And these are ones that are found in words that are a little bit more challenging. So as you go up more in reading, you'll find these typically in the middle of a word, okay? So you'll have a beginning part of a word and an ending part of the word, and these will be in the middle. So you need to be able to chunk those different pieces, right? So you'll have your blend at the beginning, you'll have this piece that we're going to go over, these cards, okay? And then you'll have the ending, which we've talked about the endings, remember? So those are like your ing, your s's, your ers, okay? So these ones I want to just go over, and you can watch the video as many times as you want to, that way you can get as much practice as you need to, okay? So, INK, this says ink, like in the word drink, okay? So you would have the DR at the beginning here, so that's that dr sound, and then you would have ink at the end to make the word drink. The next one is ink, okay? Like thankful, okay? So you would have TH at the beginning for thank, and then full is your ending at the end. So you are full of thanks. That's what that means. Aim. You can use this one in a simple word like game, okay? So you don't have to have a blend at the beginning. Remember, the blends are the two sounds at the beginning that go together. Okay, you can just have something simple like a G sound, game. Or you can make it games. To make it more than one, you can add the S at the end. We all should know this one. All. Okay, but you can also find this in the middle of a word as well, like in the word small or even tall. This one is L, like smell. Okay, I would have sm. Do you know what sound I'm making? What letters? Sm. S-M, right? So we would have that SM at the beginning, and then with this sound at the end, smell. Okay. My next one is ill. Okay, and I can use this one like in the word spill, skill, fill, lots of different ones that you can use with all of these words, okay? Or sounds, not words, because these aren't words. I mean that you can make different words using these sounds. Oh, let's see. I'll give you a second to think about this one. Remember, sometimes when you see some letters, they all don't make a sound in a word, okay? Think about your school's name. Our school's name is Brighter, right? Brighter Choice. So if you think of the word brighter, that's that "ite" in there. So I don't hear these sounds. I don't hear that GH in there. I'm not saying "igot," right? That's weird. Ig, "ite," big, hit. No, that's not right, right? This says "ite." I don't make these sounds, okay? This makes one whole sound, "ite." Ump, like jump, stump, grump. Lots of different words. Dumping, like I'm dumping my trash in the garbage can. amp. Okay, most of these, you just take the sound of every letter that you see and you're just putting them together. That's how most of these are. But the thing is, and I can show you an example because I have some examples on the back of my cards here, okay? So if you see this word, okay? So see, I have a letter at the beginning and I have my ending here, right? Here's my AMP. That's my, what it was on the front of my card. That's that amp sound, okay? But it's your job as a reader, if you came across this word and you were like, wow, that's really big, I'm not gonna be able to decode that. Yeah, you can. Break it up into the pieces so that way you can figure it out. Let's see. Amp. Ing. Well, you know what? I couldn't really put that back together. Let's try to figure out parts that I do know. I know ing like this says ing. Well, let's take off that part. Now I'm only left with this part. Let's see. I know that the C makes a k sound. Okay. So let's figure out now the AMP. Amp. All right. K, amp. Oh, camping. That's how you would try to figure out a word using your different pieces. So that's why I said if we start to learn some of these parts of the words that are found within the middle of a word, it becomes a lot easier when you come across more words that have that same pattern in the middle of them. Oh, here's one that you'll see quite a few times in a word. Est. An est is one that can also be found in the middle of a word and at the end of the word. Like you might find it at the end of a word if I say the biggest, right? Because if I said biggest, that est is found at the end of the word. But it can also be found in the middle of a word like test. But it's still that est sound. So see how knowing this part gives you that opportunity to know how to break apart a word, okay? Let's try, oh, there's that R, and I know that R loves to be so bossy, right? So it's just a matter of knowing how the vowel before it plays into that R sound. Well, easy peasy, because I've seen this word before, and this word is the word or. The E doesn't change the sound of it, okay? So this is the sound or. The only way that this changes the look of it is in the middle of a word if I'm adding an ending. Because if I am, let me show you. I'm going to write out my word. I have my crayons here and my paper. Okay. If I write my word snore, we're going to use the word snore. My daughter is a big time snorer. She really is. Okay? Snore would be written just like this. See that O-R-E in there? But if I wanted to say, my daughter was snoring last night, and I need to add that ing at the end, okay? This is how I would write that. I know you can't see me writing it, but I'm going to hold it up for you after, okay? So you can see the difference. And see if you can tell what I did. Do you see the difference, what I did there? I got rid of this E and I added my ending, which is the same thing that you do a lot of the times with that Y ending, right? With that, you change the Y to an I and you add ES, right? Have you heard that one before? Okay. I'm going to show you two at a time because they have the same type of sound, but a different vowel sound. And I'm going to show them to you because they have that magic E at the end, right? And that magic E always makes that vowel have that long vowel sound. So it makes that vowel say its name. So both of these are going to work the same way. Within a word, you're just going to change the sound of what vowel you're using. So it doesn't matter if I'm using an A, an E, an I, an O, or a U, because those are your vowels. Whatever word you're using them in, that's the sound that you will say. So up here, this one right here, I have an I, so this is the word ice. This one, I'm going to make that A sound, right? So this is the word ace. Okay? This one can be found in a word like price. What's the price of that item? And this one can be used in a word like trace. Okay, so maybe in some of your writing assignments, it might say trace these letters. Remember when you were growing up and you were in like the younger grades? I can't tell you how many times, I don't know if you remember, it used to always tell you, trace these letters. Now, that's where this comes from, that ACE, okay? Okay, here is another one with that E at the end. It's going to make this A say its name. So this A is going to say A. So this word says, this rhyme says 8. Although this is a word too, right? I ate an apple yesterday. Not really, because anybody that knows me knows that I'm allergic to apples, so that probably would not be a good thing. But this one can be found in the middle of a word too, like state. You live in New York State. Here's another one with that E at the end, but now they changed this letter. So see, on this one they had a T there. Now we're going to put a K there. So instead of 8, it's going to say ache. Like the word make. Or if you want to give it an ending on it, right? Challenge yourself. Making. Baking. Taking. Or you can say, oh, snakes. I'm not a fan of snakes, but you're adding that beginning, right? Aches. And that's chunking those parts of the word to break it up. All right, girls, we will have another round of this where I will introduce more of these type of sounds to you and show you more of how they can be found either in the middle of a word or at the end of the word. Miss y'all. Hope you're staying safe.